Hello everyone and welcome to the FWL Season 3 draft. I would like to let everyone know this league season in this league will be a little bit different. We now have S tier that I fill up with 16 Ubers, so you might see a little bit of uncommon things in here. But let's go into it. I just want to say hello, welcome, and let's start this shit off right.
With the 13th overall pick, the Philadelphia Phanpies select Genesect, a bug steel type from Unova U.
Personally, I think Genesect's going to be one of the better S tiers coming out of this draft. It has a great typing offensively and defensively, and with the fact that it has free setup on both special and physical attack, it could run through teams late game. This mod could very easily be one of the MVPs by the end of the season. It has great setup potential, with download giving you free +1 attack or special attack just on switching in. Not to mention Rock Polish, Hone Claws, and the best out of all three setup moves it has being Shift Gear. That +2 speed is really going to help it out because it falls just short of that 100 base speed stat, and that's really going to allow it to late game sweep no matter what. It has a great move pool, ranging from pretty much any sort of attack you'd really want to have. Fire, Ghost, Bug, obviously. You have dark types you can coverage with. Not to mention priority as well in E-Speed, and the ability to get momentum with U-Turn. Best attack it's going to have, though, is Techno Blast. It's going to give you 4 possible typings depending upon which drive you want to have at all base 120. So forget about Flamethrower, forget about Ice Beam, or Surf, or Thunderbolt. You're going to have an even stronger version of it that you can change no matter what, and in the game with that alone. It does have one big weakness though, and that being it's quad weak to fire. Yet that is its only weakness, so you can take advantage of that, but this thing really cannot take any sort of fire damage whatsoever. I believe the next pick is in, so let's head over to that now.
With the 20th overall pick, the Philadelphia Phanpies select Landorus Therian, a ground flying type from Ultra Space Prep.
Lando T is one of the most sought after Pokemon in League format for a reason. It is very, very, very versatile, being able to run defensively, especially with Intimidate, offensively with Scarf, Band, even Specs if you want to. It has the ability to run Double Dance with Swords Dance and Rock Polish, which makes it even more of a threatening Z-Captain. The potential to fire off just +2 Supersonic Sky Strikes and +2 Tectonic Rages is almost impossible to switch into. It has Defog as well, which makes it a very, very useful mod, being able to get rid of rocks or poison spikes or spikes. And even sticky webs too. And a big thing about that as well, with sticky webs, as a lot of people generally draft it nowadays, is that it gives it the ability to not have to take that minus speed and then be able to get rid of them. It has one big weakness. Once again, like Genesect, it is a quad weakness to ice, which can very easily be fixed and prepped for if you plan right. And the next picks are coming in, I believe, so let's head over to the commissioner.
With the 39th overall pick, the Philadelphia Phanpies select Haxorus, a dragon type from Miss Trolton Tech.
And alright, the next pick is already in, so we have to go over Haxorus here quick, picked in the 3rd round. Haxorus is an amazing physical attacking mod. It has top tier physical attack, ranking in the top 20 in league. Combine that with a diverse physical coverage and the ability to run Dragon Dance and also be a Z-Captain. Right now we're looking at the coach of the Philadelphia Phanpies has 3 amazing options to run Z-Captains, and you can only choose 2 of them. And he has one of the best sweeping abilities as well, being Mold Breaker. No longer having to worry about Levitate mons that can't take earthquakes or anything like that. He can just plow directly through. If he has one weakness though on Haxorus, it can be somewhat predictable. He doesn't really have the option to be run very defensive or special. So instead he's going to be either Scarf, Bandit, or Dragon Dance most likely. And as we were saying, the pick is in, so let's head over.
With the 46th overall pick, the Philadelphia Phanpies select Necrozma, a psychic type from 10 Carat Hill Academy.
I think this pick with Necrozma is going to be one of the steals of this draft. It has the versatility of Mew, but can actually do things offensively and will not be chained down to running 1 or 2 sets this entire season. While Mew is pretty much forced to run defensive or utility every single week, this big ass motherfucker who eats other legendaries for breakfast is the complete opposite. It has much better special attack, While yeah, it doesn't have the same speed, this thing can set up autotomizes just as easily. And only taking 75% damage on super effective moves as well is one thing that makes this thing so annoying to deal with. You can hit it for super effective damage, but it's really going to be a lot less than what you think it is. The one knock on this thing I will have to say is it doesn't have momentum U-turn or Volt Switch or Baton Pass or Parting Shot or anything like that. While Mute does, this thing has a much better chance of just sweeping through teams or being really stally and annoying. It has just as good as reliable recovery as Mew, if not more. It's not as good because you have its recovery moves are depending upon weather, which can get annoying. But for the most part, you're not going to pair this thing with the weather team. But honestly, I think this thing is super underrated in Draft League, and it should just run through teams.
With their 5th round pick, the Philadelphia Phanpies select Umbreon, a dark type from Ore State. Go Dogs!
Umbreon is a great overall wall that's going to pair very nicely with Necrozma. They share one weakness, but it's bug, so it's not really a type that you're normally going to see very much of. Other than that, it has fantastic bulk at 95 base HP and then 110, 130 defense and special defense. It's a very good Witch Passer as well, for the fact that it does have a pretty decent high HP stat. Baton Pass also can be used to get momentum. You know, they switch in a fighting type, you can momentum that out and go into Necrozma and start keeping that momentum in your favor. One thing it does have lacking, it does have setup fodder. Physically, you have to be a little wary of it because it does have foul play, so the stronger your attack is, the more that's going to hit. But other than that, it doesn't really have that great of offensive moves. Yes, it can Wish Protect, stall you out with Moonlight, but it has the potential to just get set up on and then reverse sweep. That's one thing we do have to look out for. And we will move on to our next pick. I believe he is up there.
With their 6th round pick, the Philadelphia Phanpies select Hitmontop, a fighting type from Mount Mortar U.
Hitmontop might not look like such a great pick here, but I think this is actually going to work out with this team very well. He has 3 very defensive mons, all of which are single typing, which helps out a lot, and very diverse. It actually has pretty good defenses as well, with 95 base defense and 110 base special defense. Very good rapid spinner, and it has diverse priority in Fake Out, Mach Punch, and Bullet Punch. If it has anything that's bad with it, or a couple things, actually. One, HP stat only being base 50 isn't that good in a wall, but can still be serviceable. But it doesn't have any reliable recovery, and it gets walled pretty much by Fairy and Psychic types. This one could help out a lot. It's going to give him an actual remover, and not having Later T be the main source of removing hazards. But yet, I think this pick could be very serviceable, and at the very end, could help out his team a lot.
With their 7th round pick, the Philadelphia Phanpies select Politoed, a water type from Lost Lorne Forest Prep.
Whoa! Okay, here is a surprise. Politoed, the Rain Setter. I'm not quite sure what to think about this pick. He really doesn't have any aspects of rain on his team yet. He has gone ahead and taken this. Maybe somebody was talking about taking it and then didn't, and he just wanted to snipe them to be a dick. But I don't know. I doubt that. But yeah, Politoed in general is, as you can see, is a rain setter. Excellent, actually pretty good special coverage and support moves. You can actually hit things psychic, get cheeky shenanigans with Whirlpool and Perish Song. It does have versatility in Water Absorb. He might want to combine that with something like Land or T or a fire type he's expecting to take soon. But if he is going for a rain team, most of the time you'll see things. You'll see Politoed actually. Not Politoed. You'll see Pelipper instead of Politoed. I'm kind of curious about why, because most people value Pelipper much higher than Politoed. This thing doesn't have momentum. It can't defog. It's actually a really interesting pick at this point in the draft, and we're curious where he's going to take it.
With their 8th round pick, the Philadelphia Phanpies select Raikou, an electric type from Roaming Woods Prep.
And we have Raikou finally picked, the legendary electric dog from Gen 2. This mower here is very consistent. Really good speed and special attack, both at 115. Pretty good actual special defense as well, 100. Has the potential to set up calm minds and just kind of run through teams. The one thing it has really lacking for it doesn't have a really good way to deal with ground types. Some electric types such as Heliolisk, they at least have Surf or something to hit it that isn't just an HP Ice or HP Water or anything like that. That could be one big issue I'm seeing with this, but this does give him another momentum mon. And I mean, I guess it works with the Politoed as well, being able to fire off thunders consistently without having to miss. That Politoed pick is still just, it's sitting here. I'm not sure what he's going to do with it, but Raikou, either way, is a fantastic mon.
With their 9th round pick, the Philadelphia Phanpies select Mega Swampert, a water ground type from Hoenn U.
And there it is. We figured this pick was going to come after the Politoed was being drafted. Maybe I shouldn't have judged him on that Politoed pick too soon, because this is an absolute powerhouse in League. Top tier physical attack rain sweeper. It's top 16 easily for base physical attack, and then without the allowing of S tiers, it's top 8, I believe. This thing itself can just sweep through teams. Waterfall spam is real with this, and it does have things like Ice Punch and Earthquake to go along with it. The one thing that isn't the greatest is doesn't have really good setup potential. It does have Power Up Punch, but it doesn't have Sword Stance or Hone Claws or anything like that to get it up a little easier. That being said, it also is quad weak to Grass, which luckily isn't that common of an offensive typing in League format. You'll see the Superiors running around, maybe they're running Mows, but you really don't see a lot of them, and they're going to have to rely on HP Grass to do a lot of the damage, and it does have really decent defenses with base 100, 110, and 110. This thing, I think, could just run through teams. It's going to be an absolute pain in the ass to deal with.
With the 10th round pick, the Philadelphia Phanpies select Ludicolo, a water grass type from Petalburg Academy.
Oh, and a very solid pick coming out in round 10. Ludicolo is going to give him another option to be a rain sweeper late game along with Mega Swampert. No, Ludicolo does not have the pure offensive ability as Mega Swampert, but this thing is actually very good. It's not very good. It has the potential to help out Mega Swampert a lot. Chip down a lot of things that need to be chipped down. The water grass coverage in it is actually pretty nice. Having something to hit super effective stab for bulky water types is very, very useful. Plus, this thing does counter other water sweepers that might want to take advantage of rain. Something like a Manaphy. It really can't do much to it for the fact that it's quad weak. Quad weak to water. Ice Beam is neutral. It doesn't really have anything that hit it super, super hard, and Ludicolo can outspeed it and then hit it back even harder. I think this is a really nice pick here. It's going to help Mega Swampert, and it's going to give him another option to be able to come in if Mega Swampert goes down and pick up late game and just run through teams.
With their last pick in the Season 3 FWL draft, the Philadelphia Phanpies select Gogoat, a grass type from Versant Tech.
This pick may not seem like one of the sexier picks in the draft, but this thing pairs very well with Mega Swampert. I think this is a very smart pick. That Sap Surf ability is really going to help out Mega Swampert. It's going to make people second guess and question if they should go for that HP Grass or Leaf Storm or Leech Life or anything like that. Plus, it actually isn't a bad mon. At max HP, it's 450, which is going to be really annoying to take down. And it actually has surprisingly good attack and special attack at 197, where it can do damage back. There's very reliable recovery. With Synthesis, Leech Life, and Hornleech, are all going to help just keep churning that HP and just keep making sure it's at as high as it can be. And it has good coverage. It does have a lot of weaknesses being grass type though, but I think he can work around that, and I think this team is actually pretty solid. But yeah, seeing everything go down, it could work, I think, and Gogo's really going to help out late game.